Welcome back. This is Defender Chassis. My name's Scott. And today's project is a little off course from what the channel is normally about. What we're doing is a repair on a zero gravity recliner. This is a lawn chair that a lot of people have. A lot of people have them at the racetrack. Gives them something comfortable to sit in between rounds. The typical failure mode for one of these chairs is this side link right here. And what happens, as you can see, this is the link from the other side of this chair, is that the end of it blows out. It's just simply a piece of tube that's swaged on the end, and then the metal fails. Now this is steel, it's not aluminum. Once that fails, then the chair won't stay upright. These two chairs that I've got are fairly new, and I really did not have an interest in just throwing them away. I took a long, hard look at what I could do to replace these strut rods. So I did a little bit of deconstruction, and I took my grinder and I knocked the heads off of this rivet and this rivet and took a long hard look at it. And what I came up with is that I would like to replace this strut rod with two heim joints and a piece of 1/4 inch bar. So what I've got is two 1/4 inch heims with 1/4-28 female threads, and what I've done is purchased a couple of shoulder bolts. On the front side, what we're going to do, because the rivets were actually 3/16 diameter, whereas I've bought 1/4 inch heim joints. The 1/4 inch heim joints are actually less expensive than 3/16 heim joints, and in my mind it adds some strength. So that's one reason why I wanted to go ahead and go with a little larger. Plus it allows you to use a 1/4 inch bar here instead of a 3/16 bar. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this longer shoulder bolt, and I'll put a description, a detailed parts list in the video description, so that if you have an interest in doing this to your own chair, you'll know what size bolts to buy, assuming of course you've got the same manufactured chair, or that it will work. This being a 1/4 inch shoulder bolt, what we need to do to get this into this front tube is drill the outside hole from 3/16 to 1/4, and then that will allow this shoulder bolt to actually go through that hole, and for this shoulder to seat on the inside of the tube, and then we'll put a nut on the opposite side to hold that in place. The back is actually a little simpler deal. We've got this plastic bracket. The thickness of this heim joint's 3/8 of an inch, so what I've got is a 1/4 inch shoulder bolt that's got a 3/8 shoulder on it. It'll just simply bolt directly to that, and I've already checked, and the threads are actually the perfect length. They do not protrude out the back. We'll just put a thin washer and a 1024 nut on the back side. When we do final assembly, we'll probably put a little Loctite on that. From there, the only other thing left to do is to simply get this rod cut to the proper length and get it threaded so that we can bolt it all together. So let me move you on the other side. We'll start working on getting this thing together. All right, it seems like everything's working just as it should. So I'm going to call this a success. Like I said, I'll put a detailed description of all the parts and pieces that I used. Now this front shoulder bolt could have been 1/8 of an inch shorter. Now the problem with that is you can't get 1/8 of an inch shorter. It's 1.25 inches long now, and if you were to go to 1 inch, I'm afraid it would be too short. That's just something I'm gonna have to live with, but I think it'll be just fine. I don't think it's gonna hurt a thing. So hey, listen, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next project. Thanks for watching.